before we see what the matchups look like in depth and who's going to win them, everybody loves a ranking, right? I said it last week. We're done with the traditional power rankings in the sense of the entire NFL. But that doesn't mean we can't rank the teams that are available to us, does it? No, of course not. Everybody likes to get mad about a list. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to end the show by just ranking. First of all, we'll rank the 8 winners, the teams that are still playing, and we'll finish it off. The teams that saw their seasons end, we will put them in order. Let's start at the top with the teams that didn't play. Surprise, surprise. Can you guess? The Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers have not moved. They finished 1 and 2 in my power rankings last week. They didn't play. Why would they? At number 3, I guess if you're going off spread, the easiest game of the weekend, the Buffalo Bills, maybe not the most impressive win, but when Josh Allen is doing what he did, 270 yards and 4 total touchdowns, yeah, the Bills can stay right where they are. 6 straight wins. I feel good about them in the 3 spot. At the 4 spot, I'm sorry, Lions. I'm sorry, Lions fans. I picked the Rams to upset you, and no, it was dicey. It was stressful. But what a gutsy performance at Ford Field. Thought Jared Goff was amazing. Thought Aiden Hutchinson showed his worth, made his impact felt. Amon-Ra St. Brown. So happy for Dan Campbell. Yeah, the Lions can be in the 4 spot any day. And I'll put them over the Kansas City Chiefs. Because let's give deference to the regular season win that started this whole season out. But also, the Kansas City Chiefs, even in a dominating win over Miami, yes, it's minus 24. Of course, we're nitpicking here. We're looking for little reasons to critique and criticize, but 4 Harrison Butker field goals, this offense still not as consistent as you would prefer it to be. It was a big night from Rashee Rice. Can you count on that every week moving forward? Can you count on that as the spotlight grows brighter and brighter? I'm not out on the Chiefs, but I feel better about 4 other teams. It's okay. It's fine. If the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, will anybody be surprised? Absolutely not. They do still have number 15. At number 6, here I feel guilty. I feel guilty about Houston and Green Bay at 6 and 7 because their 2 quarterbacks had the coolest weekends of anybody. A point away from a perfect passer rating each. Basically identical games announced themselves. I think so highly of CJ Stroud and Jordan Love. I'm excited to see what the Texans and Packers can do, but there's so many deeper teams, more established quarterbacks above them. It felt like a fitting place to slot them in, even though their wins were so emphatic, so fun. And then rounding out the winners, look, Baker Mayfield wants the motivation anyway. He loves to play with a chip on his shoulder. So I do still think, even after a dominating win against Philadelphia, the Bucs are the all-around weakest team of the winners. But hey, they're a win away from the conference championship game, so certainly not a criticism. Moving it on down to the teams that lost this weekend, a gutsy performance by the LA Rams on the road. Matthew Stafford was incredible. They finish in the top 10 after where they were in the preseason. This year is a win for them. My only criticism, Sean McVay's timeout usage, not my favorite, but a winner of a season, finishing number 9 in the league. Can't say enough about how impressive that is. Really, from the rest of the way down, we're just talking about who was least embarrassed. The Dolphins score a touchdown, a forgettable night from Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami offense, but between the injuries and the Arctic temperatures, it kind of felt like what was supposed to happen. I'm not going to dog them too much for that, although it is not quite as bad as another team we're going to talk about, but a late season that not a lot of people will remember fondly for Miami. 11, Cleveland went down to Houston, got their butts beat. Really, really ugly, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. I'm not going to kill Joe Flacco too much for the 2 pick sixes. The performance that the Cleveland defense gave up, I expected better. Still a team that went through 5 starting quarterbacks. Cleveland Browns finishing at number 11. Number 12, I'm going to give it to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Are they as good of a team as the Eagles and the Cowboys? Absolutely they are not. Did they acquit themselves better in the wild card round of the playoffs? Absolutely they did. The last 2 spots in the power rankings, I put Dallas above Philly because they spanked Philly a month and a half ago, but the Cowboys and the Eagles, take your pick. What do you think is worse? Somebody actually asked me this on Twitter. Would you rather finish the season more strongly, as the Cowboys did, and have the rug completely pulled out from under you, the only home team that lost on Wild Card Weekend, losing in your building as a 7-point favorite? Would you rather have that upset loss come at you out of nowhere, or would you rather be the Eagles, who finish out 14th? They were 10-1. They're now 11-7. Loss after loss after loss. The dysfunction, the inability for any kind of consistency on offense, the putridness of that defense. The roster is amazing for both of these teams, really. But the way that they each finished it, they're deserving of being exactly where they are, the two most disappointing teams of Wild Card Weekend, easily, and not where either of these fan bases saw their seasons ending. And that'll do it. All right, well, we'll keep this rolling. Next weekend, we'll rank the conference champion participants as well as the division round losers. We'll see how it goes. The field gets smaller and smaller.